everyone, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Brandon.
And this is Fish or Price Ranch. Hi, baby. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Sarah and we got Brandon here. We are officially on our first ever Arkansas deer hunt. It'll be his first time ever hunting deer. I've only hunted once and I didn't get mine, so I don't know if that even counts. But we're super excited. We have our bows in the back. We've already been practicing and we are just gonna go on the bottom side of our property. We have some cameras down there we've been watching. It's about 8:30 in the morning. I know that kind of seems like a weird time to go, but the cameras have shown that most of the deer have come in later in the day, around 11, 12, 1 o'clock for our area. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get out there and see what we can find. We are allowed to hunt buck or doe, so we're just in it for the meat. So we'll just be going after whatever comes in. So wish us luck. So this morning is actually very foggy, which could potentially be good for us to get into our set. But we're going to drive down and get down to the lower portion. So we just got out here. We're all set and ready to go. Waiting on Brandon. We just parked here on our property. Already hearing movement out in the forest. Anyway, we're ready to go. Yeah, there's something over there. So we also have a ton of wild hogs out here, and we always see lots of signs. They come up to the house and everything. So we may not bring deer home, but we may bring some pork home. So we'll see. We're just gonna kind of see how it plays out. Trail that crosses the creek, and I've got a camera set here. We have not checked this one yet. We set it about a week ago, so I'm gonna just grab the card. I brought my reader, so I'm just gonna grab the card. So we've got this meadow here. But right inside this tree line, about 100 yards, this nice trail. Alright, we've got my other camera here. And basically, trail comes right out of the thick splits. It kind of goes down and across that way into the field. And it goes that way as well. So I think I want to set up in those trees over there. Alright you guys, so it didn't quite work out as planned. We did pull the images from the camera, got lots of sign, lots of deer back here. The one over by the creek, we got lots of turkey, some deer, raccoons and possums and armadillos, coyote, so it was a coyote that we spooked. But we'd bought a ground blind, which you could see that right back behind us, but it's too small. And so because we checked the cameras, most of the deer are around 7 a.m. or 6 p.m. to dark. So we're going to go ahead and head into town. We have to go there anyway, run some errands. We're going to get a bigger blind. We found one at the local feed store for like 89 bucks. And it's like 3 times larger than that one. So we're going to go get one of those, and then we will come back and set up this evening. Hey guys, so we just got back from town. We got a new blind that we're going to go set up. We may actually, just because we have to set that up, we did buy a couple of mineral blocks. We've never really baited before. We don't feel like baiting a bunch of corn and stuff like that, but a mineral block isn't too big of a deal. And so anyway, that's what we're going to do. We may move one of the cameras, so we may just kind of scout today. Scout a new area. We're going to set up this one where we plan to. And I love my initial spot because it's right where the one trail splits. So they're coming in from the thick and they're coming out right where I wanted. Lots of deer in there. And so we're going to leave that the way it is. Just throw a mineral block out there for them, just to get them to stop at least and hang out longer than 2 seconds. But then we may go back in further onto the 15 acres. Basically where the 2 cameras were, it's not even an acre worth of land. So we haven't even we have 15 acres back there. So we kind of might explore a little bit and maybe move that one camera where they're crossing the creek. I just wanted to see what was crossing the creek. Now that we know what it is, it's literally everything. We've gotten the deer, the turkeys, raccoons, armadillos, possums, coyotes, all that are crossing right there. So now we just kind of know what's right there. But I think we're going to check and see what is also on the land further back. All this extra crunchy stuff was in here. Got it all cleaned out so I can walk around nice and quiet. Oh, missed one. That was a stick. Here we go. Okay, so here's our blind. Show you the outside. There we go. And he's just putting the stakes in. Our other blind already fell over, but we didn't stake it down. So we set the camera was on this tree facing that way. But it seemed like a lot of the deer were actually, instead of coming down the trail, they were crossing it. So we moved the camera to right there on that tree. Put a little mineral rock right there. And we're going to leave this set here. I don't know if we'll sit in it today. We'll see how it goes when we go scoping out further back in. So we got set up over here. You can see our blind. And we're going to head back in and see if we can find another really nice spot. Here's an old rub from probably last year. It's a pretty good sized tree. And another one right here. But those are old scrapes. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is as far as we can go this way, because our property line is that orange flag over there. Alright, so we changed our mind because our property line ends right at the bottom down there, and my last camera is just right at the bottom over here. So we have another field back towards the house, so I think we're going to head over there where that creek crosses, but go up behind there and see if there's anything back in that's a little bit more open, just because it's so thick and steep in here and so crunchy. Okay, and so anyway, we're going to try that. You can see where all the pigs were in here rooting around. A whole bunch. All up in here. On the back side of our other open grassy field, by where the creek goes through. Show you here. So my one camera was right about down in there. So now we're going to head back in, see if we can find another little nice area up into the trees. Because this looks like a pretty good trail. You can see where the pigs are just destroying it down in here real bad. But this looks like a pretty good trail. Alright, so this is our other open field. My camera was down at the bottom around the corner there. We did walk all the way up in here. We did have a natural spring, but it wasn't very big and flowed right into the creek at the bottom here. We walked all the way back of our property line, followed it forward, ton of trails, but it's so thick, so we decided that we'd have to utilize our open field here. Down the road we'll probably clear trees and get more plots out, but we threw seed out here of clover and whatnot, and I set my camera, set my camera right there on that tree, put a mineral rock right there, and we've got quite a few rubs. You can see that big tree. Sorry, I know it's focusing on me, but that tree there has a big rub on it, and that one there has a rub on it, and a couple others. This little tree has a rub on it, and we did make a mock scrape right here, and it's got some little branches right here above it, so we're going to see if that'll attract anything. And yeah, basically that's where we're at. So where Brandon's at, we're going to set up our other ground blind. This is going to be more for when we're hunting predators later, because we got a lot of coyotes in here, and we'll be able to see all this. We get the water that comes in. So anyway, we're going to set up on the hillside right up in these trees for our other blind. This grass is like 4 or 5 feet tall, but this other spot is also going to be great for pig hunting, because the pigs are in there rooting all throughout there. So we can get rid of some of the pigs on the property. It's a good flat spot. Alright, we got our blind up there. This will be our pig and predator hunting area. But it's about 5 o'clock. We're going to head back out to the other blind that we set up. We got about an hour before the deer typically show up. Alright, you guys, we are officially set up, and he's getting ready just in case. Basically, we're just going to see who can get the shot best, and then that'd be who will shoot the deer. But it's basically our view right now, and we'll see what happens. It's getting dark, and we haven't seen a single thing, so we're gonna scoot out now so we don't spook nothing, and we'll try again. It could be because we were out here quite a bit earlier, making a lot of noise while we were setting up, so. Okay, you guys, well that concludes our day 1 I know it still looks really bright out, but this camera likes to enhance everything. But because we'd moved around a bunch and made a bunch of noise earlier just to set up, we didn't really want to hang out until the deer really came in, only because we're limited. We've only got like, I don't know, another 15 minutes of daylight or something, so we just decided to go ahead and scoot out of there and maybe let the deer kind of calm down after we were in there all day. So maybe we'll come out first thing in the morning and see how we do. But thanks so much for watching our first day of our hunt on our new property in Arkansas, and stay tuned for the next video.